Don't worry. Oh yeah, I'll go through it fast. Spark Wraith no longer dispels, but it still slows. That's good. It was kind of a dumb interaction, and Arc Warden mid was way too good.
Okay, agreed.
Arc Warden movement speed reduced by 10.
Yay.
That sucks for him, but he was still too good. Healing Ward mana cost increased
To
basically
800.
by 20. No, it's
Okay.
not that much.
Okay.
Basically by 20.
Increase
It-
by 20 or
that's,
decrease by 20?
Increased by 20, so it costs 20 more mana
Great.
at level 1, and then 5 more mana once maxed.
Sure.
Okay. Smokescreen slow reduced marginally. This is like nothing.
Okay.
But smokescreen slow was reduced. Oh no, he did get a change. Track movement speed bonus reduced from 20% to 16, 18, 20.
Another nerf? Do
Yeah,
you
no,
see
no.
that hero? He's on the suicide watch list now.
Yeah, well then tell me why CDEC is first banning him. Riddle me that.
Because Xiao is really good on the hero. But nobody else is, right? Just don't nerf the hero anymore.
Alright, fine. Nyx's Scepter Burrow cast time increased from 1 to 1.5. What?
Ooh, that's a big deal. Because you used to be able to make some
Why?
plays like Impale, right? You impale, they're stunned. You blink up to them, you burrow and spike them. For
And
like.
yeah.
Now things are a little bit harder.
Oh my god. Flame Break knockback no longer interrupts channeling spells.
What? So you can just TP against him?
Yup.
Why? What's wrong with
Wow.
Bat Rider doesn't get nerf?
Wow.
I do not stand for this patch.
Wow. Well, okay, there's a consolation prize. Flame Break burn duration increased from 3, 4, 5, 6 to 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah, whatever.
Hey, you get some stacks. It doesn't matter if they TP right out in front of you. They're gonna die regardless.
So you're saying you'd rather have that than ability to stun?
No, I would take the stun any day of the week.
Okay.
And last one was Fixed Return working on Centaur Illusions.
Right, we talked about that. You used to
Me
be
too.
dumb, now it's not. Well, look, they're picking nothing but nerf heroes. At least CDEC is. Drow Ranger Strength getting nerfed. Marana Acceptor nerf. Clearly has not read the patch.
This is a testament to Ice Frog balance right here.
Okay.
It's all about just motioning towards the heroes. Even if you nerf them, people are like, "Oh yeah, I forgot about that hero."
Yeah, but that's more on buffing heroes than nerfing them, right?
10 seconds to go.
Well, no one got any buffs in this patch. Same thing with 0.88E, so all I can say is strap in for another month of mostly the same Dota because I couldn't see anything too dramatic in any of these changes.
I did. My heroes got nerfed.
That's okay.
Oracle got nerfed. Bounty got nerfed.
That's okay.
Good thing they haven't touched Wyvern yet, because I have like 2 hero pool.
Ooh.
I'm like
Wait.
worse than Bulldog.
Yo, do you still do max Arctic Burn?
No. That build was shit. I want to.
Oh, come on!
It's okay. It's actually fine. But Splinter Blast is so good for fights. So.
I suppose.
Anyways, all right. This is game 2, guys. Sorry for all the patch talk, because the patch just dropped. This is CDEC versus LGD Forever Young, and we're casting the Summit 6 China qualifiers, and we are in the lower brackets. I don't think I said that in game 1. So the loser of this series is out of the running, and CDEC is down 1 game. CDEC, I think, coming into this tournament, often heralded as the best or second best team after Wings, or maybe the third best team after Wings / Newbies. Well, Newbies already out of the tournament. CDEC is next. LGD turning some heads here, I guess.
Who knocked Newbie out? Do you know?
Yeah, they lost the very first round. I guess
Oh
I
my
could check
God.
right now. Let's see.
Wow, that's surprising. I would not have guessed that.
All right, first round they lost to LGD, not this LGD, but the other LGD. And then
okay.
once they dropped to lower bracket, they lost to ig.vitality. So yeah.
10 seconds to go.
And both of those teams are out, and now all that remains are CDC, LGD, and Wayne. Who's the last one?
Wings is directly invited because they won
Oh,
the
okay.
last summit. So eHome's in it.
Oh, eHome.
LGD isn't it? Because the LGD team knocked this LGD.FY team to the lower bracket. So LGD and eHome is going to be an upper bracket matchup. We got ig.vitality still in, and the winner of this will be in. So only 4 teams left after today's match.
Fair enough.
Cool. Anyways. Are we gonna see a short game again? Probably not, because we see Kato being picked up. Katos don't have short games. I don't think.
No, typically not. But no, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe with all these nerfs, maybe Drow Ranger Mirana is just such a garbage strategy now because, you know, Drow Ranger's strength gain reduced, and Mirana's Starfall Ag, you know, those things are changes.
Well, yeah, I think the Ags might be a bigger deal in this game. Whenever I see Chinese play mid Mirana, they do the whole let me farm for 20 minutes, have
Right.
0 game impact, and get
Right.
Ags. I think the correct way to play a mid Mirana is to, like, you know, gank, because you have your own Starstorm. But it seems like teams just don't do that.
10 seconds.
It seems that maybe it's dependent on the enemy team. Like against LGD Forever Young, like even though DK is a tanky hero, it's mostly armor tanky, and so if Mirana goes aggressive early on with an Ag, I think that she could cause a lot of issues for a DK, honestly.
Yeah. They picked DK into this, which is questionable because DK does very well against physical damage, but not so good against magical. Ooh.
The hell?
Radiant's pick.
I mean, I know you're not a big fan of PL, but I think he's a great counter pick to Drow, right?
Yeah, but they already have relatively good counter picks to Drow. Like, how heavily do you need to pick against her?
Well, that's their whole strategy, isn't it?
Go.
Yeah, I suppose, but I'm wondering if this PL is going to get the room to farm before all of his towers vanish.
Dude, they have
I mean,
Kato PL, the original dual lane. Or not the original,
That is
but-
the OG comp, and so I feel bad for whoever's getting sent into the offlane of CDEC. I hope that they kind of just abandon it and pick a Iron Taloner, but we'll see.
Pick Axe, go jungle. Hope for the best.
Axe would be good. I think Axe would be actually reasonably good in this draft.
Yeah. I mean, they have a lot of great defense. Dragon Knight's a great frontliner. Fire Breath is actually a great defensive spell, especially if you hit on hero because of the minus damage it provides. Obviously, you got the Blinding Light and Illuminate. So I feel like LGD has a good defensive draft, and more importantly, has ways to get up to Drow. So, favoring
So what do you
LGD
think
right
this
now.
DK will be building this game then?
Blink BKB, most likely. This
Okay,
is
yeah.
super. I think he is the best DK in the world, or in China at the very least. He's been playing this hero for multiple years. His build has not changed. Sometimes he sticks an armlet in it. Sometimes he has a Shadow Blade. But I feel like in a game where you're up against Drow, you just want to have the ability to frontline and have the ability to catch. And Blink BKB sounds like it's built for that.
Definitely. I think that Blink DK is very underrated. These days, whenever I see him, it typically seems to be like Armlet and things like that, but initiating DK has a lot of power, and especially early on, because, like you said, he's such a good frontliner, he's such a good tanker, that you are able to get and start fights that most heroes can't.
Okay, so you know how we're talking about PL Keeper is going to make whoever goes against them sad?
Mm-hmm.
Puck might be okay, because you just dodge lands, right?
Yeah, but with Rush, it's kind of tricky. Because, like, what is Puck gonna do? Like, it's... Puck's gonna get zoned by Coddle just by, like, right clicks, I feel, because PL can just jump in, and most of the time Puck is gonna have to use Phase Shift exclusively for Lance.
Yeah, so Puck has a Drow Aura to back him up, so there's something.
That's true.
And
That's
I
true.
think LGD is actually expecting a dual offlane, a Puck +1, and that's why they take out the Ogre Magi. Because I think Puck with the Drow Aura plus an Ogre Magi will run over a Keeper. So,
That's true.
Radiant's pick.
Alright, there we go. It's going to be Puck Shaker offlane. We got Mirana mid, Witch Doctor Drow in the safe lane. A very well-balanced lineup. And I honestly think they win the laning stage simply because they have 4 range heroes to take advantage of their Drow Aura.
You seem very confident with that laning arrangement, but how do you know that this isn't a roaming Mirana and just a solo offlane Shaker with mid Puck?
Because it's a Chinese team, they never do that.
5 seconds.
Fair enough. I'll defer to you
I
when
mean-
it comes to scene knowledge.
I would love to be wrong, because that means I'm seeing something new. But they don't do anything new, ever.
Elder Titan last pick's not new.
Yo, you know what the sick combo is? Alright, hear me out, hear me out. Elder Titan makes a spirit, okay? Claps on Drow Ranger. Natural orders applied. A full blast Illuminate comes in. Already a great combo. And guess what? Drow Ranger, base strength reduced. Boom.
Oh my god.
Didn't read the patch
Get
log.
6.88 F'd. Freaking... What, who? Jiao 8?
Place
He must be directing the hell out of this team right now.
He is. He's not the drafter, but I'm sure he's yelling at LPCs like, dude, Kano Earth Spirit. Oh, sorry, Elder Titan. Great combo. Oh, the other possibility that we didn't even consider is an offensive tri-lane. And that seems to be exactly the case as Monet gonna be going there. Keeper actually a great offensive duel slash tri-lane hero, simply because you could use these trees like on both like the left and right and just like blast. And it's so hard for a static laner like Drow Ranger to have a chance against that.
Yeah, and the mana leak is going to be like, I would be surprised if Zhao 8 even levels it in this lane because, like you said, Chakra and Illuminate from the trees are just going to be way too valuable.
Right. So they do have a ward though, the Radiant side, scouting this out completely. So if they do want to do a lane switch, they can. And Puck, not that bad. We already talked about the ability to dodge lands as well as Illuminates. So let's see if they do make that switch. And June with his 8 tangles, yeah, that's an off-lane build if you ask me.
Yeah. So we'll see. There is some flexibility still that CDEC can present. I'm interested to see how it levels out. Looks like Feb is going to be playing mid on Mirana, so the dream of a roaming Mirana is dead.
Okay. So they do maintain the defensive dual lane slash tri lane. I guess Shaker is not bad in terms of preventing a dive from coming in, but then Shaker is not very good anytime besides that because he's a melee hero in the lane, he's stabbing a ton of experience, and he doesn't offer damage killing potential unless you get a god block off.
Well, that might happen on the mid lane because it seems like he's interested in maybe setting up Feb right now.
Huh. So Feb just walks into lane, immediately arrows a range creep. I wonder if that's gonna, like, look, now I can harass him without...
Yeah, I think he's trying to double wave super right now.
Okay. Well, he is doing just that. Shaker is no longer there.
I think it's because he knew that super took Breathe Fire at 1, so he knows that he doesn't have his Dragon Blood right now, and so he's taking a lot of damage from
He's
his
doing it
fire
again.
attacks, and
He just arrows
This
the
is
range creep.
smart. I really like this.
Well,
Because
not...
super needs to blow Breathe Fire if he wants to get level 2.
Yeah. And not only is he getting level much quicker, he's, I guess, maintaining the ability to kill, and Super is missing last hits under the tower. I say that though, he's getting all of them because he's a G.
Well, he has it level 2 now, but he blew a lot of mana to reach there, and that was well played by Feb.
Okay. I mean, it's a small thing in the grand scheme of things, but I just thought it was super interesting.
An advantage against a DK will, like I said, this Mirana can cause a lot of issues for DK depending on how early she gets her ag and how she chooses to utilize her ag.
Alright, so I want to quickly talk about the top lane a bit as these two heroes are duking it out. So I do expect Sand King to lose this lane to the Puck, who has the range advantage as well as the damage advantage because of the Drow. Last time we said that Sand King should lose the lane though, he killed a Weaver by himself, so...
I recall that. And it was a Weaver with Drow also, and he's going in on June.
I mean, he's not going to
June
get the
has
kill.
phase shift,
Yeah, but
that's a lot of damage.
that's another
Yes,
caustic
Salve.
applied. Okay, it looks like it wasn't. He's fine. Burrow
Yeah, I get
Strike?
confused by that
Burrow
also.
Strike? He's... Oh, no.
Cancels the salve.
He's dead? Burrow Strike? Right clicks?
Illusory orbs up. He's gonna get out.
Yeah, but he has to base
Barely.
now. Or does he?
He has a lot of tangos, but his salve got blown, so wow. Okay, for some reason I just don't recognize Sand King's laning prowess because this is just ridiculous.
Yeah, every time you say Sand King, oh, it's like, we need to take Sandstorm, and I agree with you, but maybe not now, right? Like, looking at
I
this
guess
lane,
not.
you just go hard at them. June is phase shifting the Caustic, which I didn't even know you could do. So, what a
Oh,
baller.
okay. That makes sense. You can see the debuff ticking down, so I guess you just time it.
Yeah. Alright, how's this offensive tri lane going, slash defensive tri lane?
Yeah, I think it was the right call for CDEC to match the tri-lane. I don't think Earthshaker could have done very much elsewhere. Like you said, the kill potential is kind of low unless if he gets a God Block, and he's not going to get that against a Sand King, and DK, unless if he goes for the God Block at level 1. Now, oh my gosh, that Illuminate.
Well, November is very low. Mangoes popped on Monet. They do lance up September instead. He does have a heal going, but look at the nukes. They just don't care. November, they know where he is. He's salving up at the tower now. There's no more creeps to tank. I say that though,
Now
another
there
wave
is.
comes in. Xiaowei comes in though as well. I do believe November will die. He's trying to take one down with him, but you don't. Maybe you don't run this tri-lane against this, because this is what will happen in level 2.
And that was, there are no points in natural order yet. That combo is just gonna get meaner and meaner. Like, Lance wasn't buffed up, Illuminate wasn't buffed up, that was just straight up man mode. And I mean, Drow Ranger, obviously not the best hero to deal with that, but Witch Doctor died and he had Cask, and that could have made a big difference.
Yep. Witch Doctor, by the way, one of the, probably the best support you could pick in this scenario, because of the Voodoo Restoration being so good against all of this AoE. But, despite of having that, does not matter, they still die. September is saving a point. I wonder if he's thinking about having a second point into his heal or Cask.
Oh, nice block on mid, but Super's just gonna walk around, gets double Starstormed. One more attack! Arrow misses!
Did you see Super turn around Flame Breath for that minus
God,
damage?
Fab. That was sick.
Yep. Fab almost dies. And he's fine. In fact, his supports are gonna pour it in for Bottle Crow, so he's not even ganked at all.
Good attempts, but man, that was well played. Now Feb needs to be careful. I feel like he almost wants to go in again, but Elder Titan's here. Stop does not connect.
Yep. I guess he just wanted to expend as much mana as possible because he did have an Arcane Rune going for him. And looks like he got a Infused Rain Drop as well, which is already down to 1 charge. So DK's been working on it very hard.
Yeah, DK and that 1 Astral Spirit as well. And Elder Titan goes back down bot. Zhao 8 has no points in Mana Leak as suspected.
He is dead. Phantom
Stop
Rush.
connects.
And
He has Enchant, but no points in Aftershock, so it wouldn't matter.
yeah.
This is a really mean tri-lane. Like, everyone knows Coddle PL, but man, this ET on top of it, like I said, it's still 0 points in natural order. That was level 2 stomp. But this is fierce.
Yeah. I mean, Kato PL used to be a very strong dual lane off the back of their strong nuke capability, but ever since the introduction of Phantom Rush, you have a lot more killing potential as well, and you can see that being applied here. We're going to see Shaker roaming back mid. The problem with Shaker in a game like this is you're very level starved. And honestly, you don't have that much damage until you get items and levels. The block not going to complete against Super. Good try though. Might have actually set up a kill if... Maybe not, because he is a DK.
His bot lane is still going terrifically awful. Drow Ranger had to TP back to base after eating a Wayward Illuminate. Now Sep's getting dove.
Oh, he's
gets
dead.
found out by the Spirit, gets hit by the Illuminate, gets killed by Monet.
Oh man, the other thing that I forgot to mention is the fact that, you know, a lot of times you just hide in the trees. They have ways to scout you in there too. There's nowhere
so
safe.
many ways. There's nowhere safe. They have to abandon this lane, and I mean, too little, too late. Monet got 4 kills, and your tower's gone.
Yeah, that's... So remember what I said about Kato not giving you quick wins? I'm gonna take that back right now.
Okay,
They
I'm
have
gonna
a-
go on your side for that.
Yeah. I mean, they haven't won the game or anything, but Puck is level 7, so at least somebody's doing well. He's got Phase Boot in conjunction with the Aura, so looking to harass hard. Sankey looks like he's cooled down a little bit. Look at the jungle. Where's Sankey? I know he's back in the safe lane top.
Yeah, he's chilling.
What's with everybody saving a skill point nowadays? Is that the cool thing to do? Like, it's
Well,
level 7.
for this one, Sandstorm, it makes sense to hold on to Sandstorm.
Or your ult, I guess.
Or your ult, that's true.
But against a Puck, probably not. I guess against a Puck, Sandstorm's not good either, right?
Well, with this max point and silence, no. Because, well, I guess he only has 1 more point in the silence on Waning Rift, but still, it's not that good against Puck. And especially now that Puck is level 7 with Dream Coil, they could have honestly gone for a kill on Yao if they wanted to with Witch Doctor, but I guess Witch Doctor just really needs experience. He's been hemmed out of, like, literally every lane he goes into. So these supports on CDEC need to find levels. Like you said, Earthshaker struggles for levels, especially when he doesn't have, like, a lane to support. They're going in for a smoke gank all the way around. Might find Zhao 8, but that's going to be an impressive find.
Yo, using Mirana as an early game nuker. Nope. Just gonna go back and forth mid. But they...
Or Zhao 8's going to show his Illuminate.
Yeah, but...
Earthshaker might turn back. Oh, he does. Immediately. Pings galore. Zhao 8 has a TP, though. I'm surprised he feels this confident just, like,
Well, the creep
irritating
wave,
drow like
the
this.
creep wave sees October coming in, so he can't port. This vision has to be blind. It has to be good. It's gonna be good, Xiao. It's gonna be there. They see him, granting a little bit of vision, and they do get that kill. Starstorm coming in, but looks like Drow Ranger picks it up instead. Well, they smoke ganked a 5 position support, so I guess good job, but.
Yeah, and the mid had to come in, which is a shame. It would have been nice if just Drow Ranger and Earthshaker could have gotten that kill, because even though it is a 5-position support, it's a 5-position support that was dumping on your lane, so getting a kill on that kind of level advantage would make a difference, but any kill is worthwhile. At least CDEC are on the board now.
Super, let's see if he's gonna pop his ult. Yes, in fact he will, and start works on the tier 1 tower. That is the downside of leaving the lane to gank against, at least against the DK. Because he is gonna continue to wreck that tower.
Yeah, tower is down to half HP just that quickly, and Elder Titan's here to make sure that the push continues.
Okay, well, it looks like the game has calmed down a little bit, and I honestly think that's a good time for CDEC to kind of equalize the farm. I do believe Puck is going to be working towards a Veil, which is going to be quite good for the ability to nuke. Oh, June taking quite a bit of damage, has to jump back. Remember the days where you could find the real PL with the Veil?
Yes.
Those were the days.
Yeah. Oh man, and he doesn't even. Oh my gosh! Wow. Puck just vanished. And I don't mean phase shift, I mean dead.
Alright. How is this Sand King, second time in a row, where...
The hero is just godlike. Dude is level. Oh my gosh! I wish October was
He's
level
level
6.
4.
I'm sure he wishes. Yeah, God. The way he walked in so confidently. He might try to cancel super. No, if he cancels Super's TP, he's still dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Sand King. I mean, I can see why LGD.Forever Young. Okay, let me see. It's LGD.Forever Young's most played hero this past month with a 70% win rate. They know this hero. Yao knows this hero.
Yeah, just ban it. Am I
I
right?
think you have to.
Ooh.
Respect ban it.
Double
Nice
ganger!
attempt.
Oh,
But he
that
gets an illusion.
that's an insta report in a game, in a pub game.
It's difficult for a Punk who doesn't have a Blink Dagger. I mean, like, she was doing well in lane, but like you said, opting for the Veil first as opposed to a Blink Dagger, I don't know if that's the right call. I mean, Mirana is working on her ag, but she's a long way from that as well.
Mid lane Casket working on Super. He does have a Mail Dick on him, as well as the full barrage of the Radiant spell. CDC will take that kill. And that's a very important kill on a Dragonite, who's had exceptional farm. He's actually the highest CS so far. And he was in his Dragon form range, so we'll spawn without it.
Yeah, he also was not very successful at damaging this tower in the meantime very much. And it's nice that Witch Doctor is participating for these kills. I'm impressed that he managed to hit level 6 for that kill, because they would not have been able to kill him without Death Ward. And now the next step is to get October his level 6.
Radiant's bottom towers seem better.
Okay, I like this. Monet gets ported into the opposing jungle. I wonder if they're gonna essentially set up shop here and give Yao his time to find a blink. So if he's able to do this much without a blink, you know, guess what?
It's going to be a problem. Blink Dagger this early on PL, with what CDEC's team is, that's going to be very difficult to deal with. And I'm still hoping that Super goes for his Blink Dagger as well. He's sitting on 2.1k gold. It's almost definitely a Blink after he finishes off this stack. But that means that 3 important Blink Daggers will be coming online very quickly, because Sand King just completed his Blink Dagger.
Oh, I didn't say that Monet was going to get his. I don't think you get it this game.
You don't?
I mean, we saw what you call it getting it the other day. I believe Lance.
Yes.
Was it DDZ that got it? Epicenter on the top lane here. June, can he phase? No, he cannot. And did you see that play? He actually hit a range creep to apply even more caustic AoE damage. June will save himself. I say that though, the Spirit will come in. Don't think the clap will hit.
God.
Faced it. He's fine. And it looks like Sand King was able to go out. So they traded a couple ults there. Ooh, arrow not gonna hit.
Yeah, I'm confident that Sand King is easily a signature hero for Yao, and he's showing it every which way.
Yep. So yeah, I don't think you go Blink on PL, because that's a very all-in build.
I mean, he, especially pre-defusal, I didn't realize that he didn't have his defusal yet, so definitely not pre-defusal. Post-defusal, I wouldn't mind seeing it. But I don't think he necessarily needs it. Oh, so Super went for a Shadow Blade actually instead of a Blink Dagger on Dragon Knight.
Okay.
What do you think about that?
I mean, essentially fulfills the same purpose. I think Blink is still better. But Shadow Blade gives you more damage, I guess.
Top lane, Death Ward channeled solo. Just Witch Doctor getting the kill on Elder Titan, and October being able to join in. He's hit level 6 now. He has his Echo Slam if he needs to use it. And there were 2 TPs. Monet and Super were both thinking about TPing top, and Super actually went into... or no, that was a previous Dragon form, but they did not contest it. May not have known where the puck was. May not have known where the Mirana was.
Yeah, so Witch Doctor is one of those supports that could quietly transition into like a 4th core if you're having a good enough game. And I say this is a decent start for the Witch Doctor here. He's participated in multiple kills, but I'm not sure whether he's going to get the time, as we do see June will have to phase and Super coming in, and I guess that's better for ganks, especially against a slippery puck. Can't really phase this, even with godly reaction, because you just don't know that he's coming.
That was a really nice opening by Super. I would not have guessed him to walk around the back of the tower like that, and I don't think he revealed his Shadow Blade. I think that was the Shadow Blade reveal, so Puck has learned his lesson about just casually phase shifting spells like Lance, because it might be worth eating the Lance in the future.
I mean, the thing is, if you eat the Lance, you might just die because they run you over as well, so it's just like, do if you don't, or whatever that saying is.
Damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Thank you.
Yeah, but I guess maybe he might be a little bit more eager to use his Illusory Orb. I think he may have used it to farm the wave or draw aggro, but June's capabilities have just shrunk down massively because he's still working on his Blink. I mean, Veil and, wow, Drow dying to Dragon Knight at her own Ancients.
Yep, Shadow Blade scouts up ahead, finds Drow in the Ancients. Teammates walk over. And they get a
This
kill.
Coddle is basically just like planning all the ganks. He's like, okay guys, we're coming here next. He recalls in the PL, DK Shadow Blades his way down, and they're just picking up kills all over the map. Their vision is so good right now on Dire.
What's that
Both
unit?
the Super Cliffs are used.
Do you play
unit?
StarCraft 2?
I didn't.
Okay, never mind then.
Oh, February.
Okay, Casket.
Nice cask on 2. Maledict on 2. Death Ward is being channeled. Yao is going to go down. Super has very little HP. Echo Slam lands. Zhao 8 is going to go down. Dream Coil is used. Super is going in on June. I don't know if he's going to be able to get out. He's making it out. Now Super on the run.
Ooh, the sun will hit on Monet. Do they have another silence?
He's stuck.
He needs to double ganger out of this. In fact, he will. February leaps in, but the creep wave will block whatever arrow that was there. February, by the way.
Super, he's chasing Feb. He doesn't have the mana for a Breathe Fire though, and he's too slow. He's not going to catch up.
Ooh, he might actually
Now
die
October.
here. Okay, he
He's
picks
too
up the rune.
tanky.
Yeah. Fissure and the arrow might do it, but it looks like they backed off. February, by the way, has already finished Nagnums. I thought, given how badly this game has been going, that, you know, we're not going to see Ags, but in fact, he finishes it very early.
The rest of the lanes were going bad. I think mid was going relatively fine, and thankfully Feb wasn't the one getting ganked. It was mainly this Drow Ranger and this Puck. But Mirana can't carry the whole game by herself.
She's one of the best heroes to drag a game out, though, because of her ability to split push. So she might not be able to kind of win a team fight, even though she has a lot of magic damage, but she'll just keep the lanes push, give Drow the time to farm. Now, I'm not sure whether Drow is going to have the room to farm. That's the other issue. Super.
And on Super, Dream Coil is used. Super goes into the invis, but
And
they have
he's
detection.
dead.
He's going to go down.
They might get one more. CDEC making perhaps a comeback. We saw Veil doing a lot of work there, allowing that Mirana double Starstorm to, well, do the damage that it necessarily needed to take down the DK. Monet's going to get Maledicted up as well.
Oh, the Earth Splitter.
Not gonna hit, but he's still taking a ton of damage. Maledict is on him. September laying in the right click. He will go down. September stealing work on the support Witch Doctor. Diao coming on the back line, trying to get February. He will go down. Caustic Finale.
No, he
Is that the last hit?
No, he lives.
That was just a slow. My god, the comebacks. And keep in mind, the rubber band effect, even though it has been lessened, is still a rubber band effect. And CDEC is making the comebacks.
This, like you said, this Witch Doctor, my gosh, September is doing so much work on him. These initiation follow-ups, and I mean, shout out to Earthshaker for finally like reaching the capability to start initiating fights. They went in on DK mid, followed it up, and LFY, like rightly so, thought that they were like, whatever, we've been crushing CDEC all game, we can take this fight. They go in, but like they can't. They just don't have the positioning. They don't have the heroes that CDEC. Their initiation is just too strong.
Yeah, I actually just think it's the Veil. It's just like one of the highest damage output item that you could purchase at this point of the game. It's as if, you know, they don't have magic resist, and when you have a double star storm Mirana, when you have a pair like a Puck, that could nuke very hard. That's great. LFY though, they want to make a counter gank. They need to kill this Mirana. In fact, they will. No, the silence is on Super, so they don't have a follow-up stun. LPC's gonna go down to this Witchstalker combination again. Arrow, ooh, nicely forced that back out. Super seems to be fine, and that shall be it. But still, that was initiation by LFY. They lose a hero, and they get nothing in return.
I would have never guessed that LFY would have fallen this far behind this quickly, especially with. I mean, I thought that once Super completed his Shadow Blade, you know, he would have been able to pick off heroes left and right. But you were right. As soon as the Veil was completed on Puck, it's just 5-man Dota all day, and right now LFY can't deal with it.
Yeah, and some of these blinks are coming online. Puck is 1,700 gold, so he's going to be up to his soon. In fact, the Radiant team smoke ganking. I do believe Shaker is going to have his soon too. So the Shaker was level 2 like 5 minutes in. He has blink at 20, almost.
Extremely impressive. And it seems that other items for Dire, Monet went for BOTs after he completed his Diffusal Blade on PL.
Okay. Well,
so maybe going back to farming instead of participating in fights. He was being very active early on, but now he might need to be a legitimate one-position carry.
You know, normally I would be a big fan of BOTs because it gives you the ability to split push and fight. But you have Kato. So I wonder if you know, just go for a better stat item and just use that recall.
I guess it might be Spectre style Monet that he's going for on this PL. He's just trying to be everywhere but the fight. It's up to Coddle to bring him in.
Right, so you don't need BOTs, right? Because you could just walk to the lane.
Yeah, well, they're missing 2 tier 1 towers though, and I guess I agree that there are better items that he could have gone, but I can see the justification for a BOT.
Okay. And you know, PL, especially going for the late game, the one weakness is AoE. And guess what? Puck's got AoE. Mirana's got AoE. Shaker's got AoE. I don't know.
Yeah, they've got quite a bit. November, it went for a Shadow Blade of his own, so he's not going to have very much AoE on the Drow Ranger, but...
Not yet.
Not yet. And someone still needs to take care of the Dragon Knight, and I think that this November Drow Ranger is going to be just the person to do it.
So, Silver Edge Break versus Dragon Blood, I imagine it's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Take away, what is it, 10 or 12 armor? 12 armor. And suddenly, he's not all that tanky.
No, and as it is, he's having a very tough time against the magic damage, so you have to question, how do I itemize as a Dragon Knight in this situation? He's really going to need a BKB.
Yep, and I imagine that's literally the next item he's going for. And honestly, I do believe that's LFY's timing. You get a BKB and you go, but it's going to be Enchant Totem up on the top lane. Xiaowei gets found. He tries to run, but the entirety of CDC gets a kill right next to the creep wave and the tier 2 tower. Guess what? This is a Drow lineup.
This is the first aggressive movement they've made into the Dire side of the map. So far, they've just been dipping their toes past the river, but this was a real commitment. They got a nice ward that's been up here for quite a while, roughly 3 minutes, and netted them a tower and a kill on the Coddle, who's still a long, long ways away from his ag. Well, not too long, actually, about 1.5k gold away.
Okay, BKB is now up on DK, but Dragon Form has been used, so we're going to need to wait at least maybe 1 more minute. But I imagine LFY needs to do something. I say that though, there is a PL in the game. You know, he could technically go fairly late. I guess you just play for that game plan if the mid game hasn't gone well.
Yeah, but against this lineup, like you said, I'm concerned as a PL against this much AoE because he's going for a Mantis style now, or yeah, he's going to be going for a Mantis style now, so he's going to be making more and more illusions. Earthshaker does have his blink completed though.
I think if he does get the Manta, the next item he goes is probably blink after, or obviously Scotty is a legitimate choice as well.
Goodbye LPC.
Yeah,
Too much damage, so much burst, so much control.
He didn't lose any gold though. He did buy the Voice Stone, but yeah, a kill is a kill. So yeah, I do think that PL eventually goes for a blink, because yes, we've been saying that all of this AoE is a problem, but I think the LFY late game style is you let the Dragon Knight and the Sand King to go in first, and then LFY comes in from the back with the Blink Dagger and try to snipe Drow, Witch Doctor or whatever.
Yeah, and with the creative positioning that Zhao 8 Recall can afford him. Oh, wow, okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Zhao 8 just completed his ag. That was a lot faster than I was expecting.
Especially when he's just been dying, or at least just now. So
it's about to turn daytime as well.
So how do you push against Zag's Kato? I guess you kill him.
That blinding light. I love seeing this new blinding light every single time. It's just, it warms my heart.
I mean, you can make the argument that last patch they buffed.
Oh, initiation super in on February, but he leaps out.
Okay, they need a little bit more stun. In fact, they will get it from Yao. The right clicks are coming through, and it looks like they are going to take a fight once the BKB's up. However, oh my god, Echo Slam onto 2. They're going to focus Monet. He will jaunt away. October still in it. They don't have any detection. Yao pops his epicenter, goes to the left, does kill off. But look at September. Maledict on the Dragon Knight. I do believe he will go down. Meanwhile, Puck coming back in, looking for Monet. He's out of mana, and the Diffusal Blade is just controlling him. June will end up going down. Yeah, no, Enchant Totem comes in looking for the kill. He does not get it. Not enough levels in the Enchant Totem. With the help of BKB as well as the Aghanims on the Keeper of the Light, LFY wins the fight 4-1.
That's the kind of repositioning that I was hoping to see from this itemization of LFY. They got Sand King approaching from one angle. They got Super starting the fight from another angle. And CDEC wasn't ready. They were so used to being the aggressors. They were so used to being the initiators that they weren't really prepared. They had a few sentry wards scattered around the mid lane, but Super came in from his Ancients, was able to get the initiation on Mirana, and after that, LFI were just able to pick and choose their targets. And now Drow Ranger has completed a Maelstrom, so we are seeing the beginnings of AoE from her, but I think she's going to need to go for the full Mjolnir.
Or maybe Aghanims first, and then the Mjolnir after. Because that likely will give you more AoE than...
But she has, like, all these pieces of items. Like, we proposed the Silver Edge. She only has the Shadow Blade right now, and Hurricane Pike, I imagine, will be very strong, but she only has the Dragonlance right now, and now she has the Maelstrom, but I do think a Mjolnir will be really strong. Do you really think she can afford to go for an a whole separate item?
I guess it comes down to when you think the important fights will happen. If you think it will happen sooner rather than later, upgrading to the Mjolnir will be cheaper, and thus you get it faster for that timing. But I think we both agree that Aghanims will be overall the better item if you have the unlimited time, right?
Oh, there is no time. Initiation on February. He's... Oh, nice! Fissure! But
okay,
he's asleep.
But the Blinding Light pushes him behind the Fissure. He leaps in an awkward angle. That is going to pop Super's BKB, and honestly, he didn't need to, but perhaps afraid of an Echo Slam coming in. That is his 9-second BKB charge. But they will get a very important kill. June, though, right on the tier 2 already with a double damage. Trying to push that tower and prevent a push from coming.
Yeah, thankfully Drow Ranger is not the one who died, so he does have quite a bit of damage, but he needs to be careful. Blinks out, right time. And
oh, Yao?
That's actually a really good play, because I think that... Oh, Yao, continuing to go.
But he gets recalled, because there's a fight happening on the bottom side. October looks like he's going to get found. Blink Dagger is on the cooldown, and Yao comes back in, being ported. Well, they defend the mid. There's no more kind of harassment there, and LFY with the remaining of that Dragon form will try to bring down nothing, because there is no tier 2. Never mind.
That was definitely a good play by Puck, though, still, because I'm pretty sure that LFY could have gone immediately into the Roche pit if they had nothing to lose. DK was in Dragon form, and they could have spent a while, because once Mirana's dead, Drow Ranger can't start a fight. Earthshaker, I don't really think they don't have the vision near the pit to even initiate a fight in there, but... Oh, and it's daytime, so you really need to be careful against initiating against Ag, Coddle into the pit. Who also has a gem, by the way.
Yep, and that gem's going to be important in terms of catching a November, who is skirting real close to the Radiant team. Looks like he is going to be going for the Aghanims. Point booster already on the courier with his name on it. So, I guess from her perspective, I want as much AoE as possible. And honestly, it gives you some little bit of extra HP as well, which is very warranted because the strength gain just got nerfed. 6-point AAF.
There we go. Now you're understanding the meta. It's true.
Even though he didn't read the patch log, I'm sure. Maybe he has. I don't know.
Maybe game plan out of date. That could mean a whole bunch of things. Maybe they were fixing hats, or maybe they were making your hero garbage. You never know with Valve.
Or making your game literally unplayable. Alright, September in a very awkward spot, trying to hide, but if he's found, he's dead.
Moonlight Shadow.
By the way, September also going for eggs. A big game changer if he finishes. Okay. They are
Neither team sees each
so
other.
close to each other. Blink, Enchant Totem, they see Super Echo Slam. They're trying to burn him down. He does pop the BKB, and he will be very tanky. The Dragons, though, focusing him down. And that Death Word says, I don't care about your armor. I will burn you down.
That was such a confident blink from the Earthshaker, because he only saw the DK on the low ground. He had no idea what was on the high ground. He blinked to the high ground, like finger cocked on Echo Slam, ready to rock. Didn't see anyone, instead just went for the fissure onto Super, got the kill, and that's another BKB usage. Now it's down to 7 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, you could make the argument that once DK's down, LGD.FY actually can't really take fights. Because they, at this point, I don't think the PL is strong enough to frontline the whole team. Although he's getting
there.
there.
A Reaver,
Yeah.
but you're right. He's still not there because, like we said, this Drow Ranger has gone for AoE. Veil synergy with this Maelstrom is going to be amazing, and Ag is just a little ways away. I think she's going to have it in just a few more jungle camps.
Alright, CDC. I mean, the game has already turned in such a big way from the laning stage, but the Ags might just be a nail in the coffin. September grabs himself a boundary rune, so he's moving closer to Ags as well. I don't know if he has any parts on the core. It looks like not. Meanwhile, June finishes a... Wait, where is June? June finishes a Linken's. Yeah?
Yeah, I'm thinking Lincoln's.
Good stuff.
DK stun, mana leak, burrow strike. I can see a lot of value for the Lincolns this game.
Sure.
Neither team has taken Roche though, and Radiant team has absolutely no vision of the pit whatsoever, which is kind of strange because they won a very important fight right next to the pit. I don't know what the gem status is. Connell still has his, but I believe Witch Doctor just picked up one of his. Oh no, June has another one, so both teams have gems.
Yeah, so the reason that the Radiant doesn't have wards is that because it was daytime just a couple minutes ago, and Kato just, you know, did Kato things with his eggs, took down all your wards. So we might be entering into a territory where neither team has wards, but I think that still favors Kato because half the game time you have perfect vision. Oh, and that vision might scout somebody out. Dragonite going in. Keep in mind they do have a gem. September baiting in. They should see the DK now, but DK comes in, works on September. That's a lot of damage that they're missing. And they're gonna focus down on Monet. Monet getting chain stun. He will be dead. The Burrow Strike coming a little bit late. I think that November actually wasn't even hit by it. They have so much right click damage that even Dragonite's having a little bit of trouble. They blink forward. They are going on Dragonite, and Dragonite will die. They did not lose Kato. Never mind that. They will also lose Kato. They lose their gem as well. 4 for 1 with a gem on deck. That's like 2 to 3k net worth. Shame that the fight recap did not capture that.
So even though PL didn't go for a Blink Dagger, he actually has his full heart completed before that fight. I didn't even realize when he died. He just like he was there one moment and into dust the next. Oh, Yao goes for a very aggressive burrow strike. He might get punished, but he's gonna get out.
Bought his team like a second or two, but I mean, it's a draw lineup. They will take down Raxus extremely quickly. LGD.FY might just have to play for that ultra late game because they are definitely losing the
LPC has Earth Splitter. Oh, but as soon as the TP comes in, he gets stunned.
But
Sand King coming in, Echo Slam lands on Yao. The Earth Splitter's there, but everyone splits out of it.
oh, he survives! He runs out of
guy.
this range of gem, but looks like he will go down because Puck blinked right back in to secure the kill. June is carrying a lot of gems, or at least one of them. Meanwhile, on the right side, they do get Murana on the way out. So they did get the Rax, but committing for an Outer Titan kill at the tier 4s definitely caused them a couple of kills as well.
Yeah, it's very, very greedy. They had the right call. I don't know if they should have known that LPC had a Yules because there was no way to chain stun them for that long. You should have known that there's going to be 2.5 seconds where you can't touch him underneath a tier 4. And Yao sacrifices his life, but it was definitely worth it.
LGD.FY will go for the Roshan Xiaowei, recalling Monet in. Meanwhile, Puck trying his best to kind of pressure the lane, but Puck doesn't exactly have the highest damage. I say that he's got plus 118 because of phase and drow, and he's hitting the tier 3s.
He's gonna continue damaging it. Scan is used. It detects. How is it red?
I don't know why it's red.
Detect
Nobody is outside the pit. Maybe
Yeah,
Xiao's butt is outside the pit? I don't know.
I guess the tail. Oh man, Jun is going in on LPC up top. He's not gonna be able to do the stun because he needs to stay alive. Yules himself, but Yao comes in. The phase shift to dodge the burrow strike. LPC might go down.
Yeah?
Jun juking all over the place. He needs to get out, but his blink dagger's canceled.
Oh, God,
in
that
comes
gust.
November. Siege tower. They're gonna get the kill on Yao with the misses.
And now Xiao's in it as well, but Monet's back. And he's got the Aegis. He's big, bad, and strong. They see November on the left side, September on the high ground as well. Somehow they're getting vision. I'm not exactly sure how or why, because Monet does not have gem. Meanwhile, Puck is still in the base! I thought he's out by now, but he's running away. He's got Linkus on him. He's got phase and blink, so he's fine. He's out.
Where's
That's
he
what
blinking?
says.
Blinks south.
Orb.
Illusory orb gets out. Tower.
Buyback. Double
phase
buyback.
shift.
But yeah, she's creating space for top because Drow Ranger has taken the melee ranks. What is happening right now?
Jun Puck, what a legend, an absolute ledge. That was so much juke power coming out. I can't believe he didn't die. He basically took a tour of the entire Dire base and got out unscathed.
Yep, and bought so much time for the rest of his team. I guess CDEC, I mean, they've definitely done this before. Jun gonna expose himself here on the bottom lane, but he's not gonna get surprised here. So, you're LFY, you're down 2 Rexes now. What's the game plan?
So they got the Aegis onto PL. It was an extremely long Roche because PL doesn't have any damage, he just has a lot of tank. This is my issue with PL as a hero. I mentioned this yesterday with the Power Gaming match that we had. PL needs to tank up, I agree. PL needs positioning items like Blink Dagger, I agree. But then you have no damage. The only damage he has is Diffusal Blade because all he has is mana burn from the illusions. Right now he has 172 damage, but all of CDEC are able to just tank that because it took Monet too long to get to this point. Now they're going to march down as 5, I imagine, into a lane, but they're going to be constantly getting split pushed.
Well, they're gonna try to kill Puck, but I mean, just good luck with that. LPC's gonna just stomp the creeps and be done with it. PL, I mean, in theory, he does have a ton of damage, but that's assuming your illusions survive. Which, if you look at CDC, we've been mentioning that they have so much AoE, and Drow has finished the Ags, which I imagine the Mjolnir's next.
I would figure. I mean, he completed the Pike on the way as well, so he could go Silver Edge, but I don't think that DK is going to be a problem anymore, really. I'm more concerned about making sure this PL doesn't become a problem.
Actually, honestly, if he gets BKB, like, even PL doesn't do damage, right?
That is true.
So, like, he honestly could get, like, 2 to 3 items, and any one of them will be fine. Bottom lane looks like September. He's found.
Oh my god, but he's invis.
What?
Oh my god. He just walks out.
Alright.
Jun
Meanwhile,
getting a kill on Coddle?
Meanwhile, we should just be watching this Puck. Sorry for missing that one, but I thought the Witch Doctor was gonna die.
Shield's guard, he might get punished for this. Goes into the phase shift. He has Blink Dagger in 1 second, but it's gonna get cancelled.
Lincoln's?
Goes...
No, Lincoln's
No.
cooling down. They might actually kill June the right. No, it's a Puck.
No, Blink Dagger's up again. Astral not going to do any damage because it was already out, and he blinks north. My god, how do you kill June?
Well, he's not gonna John.
Doesn't go.
Burrow Strike. Oh, Yao cancels it with the Force
Cancelled by
Staff.
Force Staff.
But he faces again. Oh, they got him! The Fire Breath right after. Okay, looks like he can't 1v4 yet, but
Well, meanwhile, they're losing tier 2. Monet is actually doing quite a good job at defending this.
Okay, Monet's going in. Maledict is on him, but he does have the heart, so he's extremely tanky. He goes straight for the February. February has to pop BKB, leap cooldown. Very long ways away, and February will go down, but no! My god, this Echo Slam is huge! It killed 2 immediately. Aegis has been expanded on the high ground. November, the Siege Cannon. Monet now go up the high ground again. Yao's gonna back him up. They need vision. They need a little bit more. They're gonna blink forward. They do see November. Burrow Strike's gonna be there. Monet. The tree's a little bit awkward here, but they will kill November as well. And the mobility of LFY gets one back, and the Aegis definitely doing a lot. They lost a racks off of getting that Aegis, but I guess it paid off there.
Yeah, now Manta Style completed for PL. He is starting to be a damage dealer. It's finally another Agi item on top of his Diffusal Blade. He is down to 2 Diffy charges though, so that may be an issue. Epicenter in. Oh, but October Force Staff's out. He's gonna be okay. No, he gets lanced. He's gonna die.
Yep. And Monet's looking for a little more. This PL is getting quite scary. Is it Blink right after this, or do you think he's gonna go Scotty? Oh, they leak him. That range, that vision. September is trying to run away, but that leak will find you. But do they have detection?
Sand King has a gem.
Okay, they got him. Not this time.
Not this time. Yeah, Monet. Oh, but tier. Oh, never mind.
Okay.
Okay, so I don't think that Monet needs to get a positioning item now. I think that the Sand King and the Elder Titan are offering him enough initiate that he doesn't really need. He just needs to stay alive because Drow Ranger, you know, by virtue of marksmanship, can't 1v1 Monet, even though she has all these items. Which this is why I wanted to see. Oh, she's going for an MKB.
So expecting the butterfly to come, and there's also blinding light, so that's quite an important pickup for him.
I would have preferred the Mjolnir still, because you're seeing that, like, no, if Drow Ranger is able to kite the PL, then sure, she wins the fight. But if PL is able to rush in on her, there's nothing she can do. She pikes out, then gets rushed in by another 500 illusions, and they're just going to whack her to death. She's not going to be able to turn around and damage anything, because most of her damage is missing from marksmanship. If she had a Mjolnir, she can discourage PL from jumping on her, but we'll see if this MKB is a better call.
Looks like June's gonna get found. The BKB is gonna activate, but Puck is already out, and they gotta root for that one. But somehow they had vision. No, Puck still has a gem. Of course, he would have vision. Puck has 6 slotted, at least with that gem. I think he needs to start gonna switch up his inventory a little bit. I kind of do and don't.
Get rid of the veil.
Maybe he'll just ask his teammate to carry the gem for now.
Yeah, okay, that stalls out for a little bit, but next item has to be the veil. He can't keep it this late.
Yeah, I agree with that. But yeah, I kind of do agree, but don't as well with the MKP pickup on Drow. Because you still have to deal with these illusions, especially once PL gets Butterfly. Like, without Butterfly, I don't think you could right-click them down.
Because, like, what is Maelstrom contributing now? Like, originally it was for illusion clear and AoE damage.
It's also good farming
veil,
speed.
Right? Farming speed, I suppose, but the Ag itself contributes enough to that, wouldn't it?
They work so well together, because, you know.
I agree, but, like, this was her 4th and 5th item respectively, right? Because she had the Dragonlance, she had... Or no, 3rd and 4th item respectively, but... Okay, so maybe it did help her farm a little bit faster, but now, like, the Maelstrom is losing significance unless she
Upgrades
completes
it,
the Mjolnir. Yeah.
I mean, I think she's in a similar spot to the PL where you said that, like, she doesn't need too many things. I also think she needs magic immunity in these fights.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, breaks a smoke, but he
Going
goes
in.
right back in. He pops a BKB. But, and then what? Super is going to run in with the BKB as well. February is going to frontline. I'm not sure whether she can. Then Mjolnir proc, and she's taking a lot of damage. She will leap out. On the back line, that looks like October is getting a lot. Super is going to go down to the Witch Doctor. Oh, are you seeing what I'm seeing? Because this September, carrying the whole team, Monet's going to go and try to man him down. But September
Epicenter
wins
coming
the
in,
man
but it's too
fight.
late. Only gets September. Yao dodges the silence, but get hit by the Waning Rift
They
instead.
better have 5 buybacks, or this is it. They don't have
got
buybacks.
1 buyback. They got PL buyback, and
That's
that's
GG.
it. That's game.
Well, I did say that Witch Doctor could become the 4th core, but I didn't say that he will become the core. Because he literally carried the whole team there with his damage output.
Swagginims right there. And it was Swagginim Scepter.
Well, that's game 2. We're going to look at game 3. And this is a very important match because the loser of this will be out. Tsunami, any kind of final thoughts? Because this game was kind of all over the place, especially to remind you guys, CDEC lost the laning stage very badly.
I don't think PL is a good hero. I'm just going to put it out there. Teams keep picking him. I keep seeing him lose. He's not in a good place right now. And I say that as a former PL spammer in recovery. So keep that in mind.
All right, you heard it here. PL, not great. Game 3 hopefully will be a good game because it is a decider, like I mentioned. I am Luminous. He is Tsunami. We'll be back, guys. Hope you guys are enjoying the cast.